Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Nick and Joe's Wrestling Recaps. I'm Nick,
I'm Joe.
and together we are bringing you predictions for Survivor Series War Games. I don't know how I feel about the men's War Games match. I mean, it's pretty stacked. But I think the odds are so for the men's match, we've got Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Roman Reigns, Jimmy and Jey Uso on one team. That's already a mixed crowd as is. Versus Brock Lesnar, Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, and Bronson Reed. Here's where I'm gonna give my thoughts real quick, and then I want to hear yours. Like, okay, so here's my hot take on this. It, it already with the chemistry between Cody, Roman, and CM Punk. I know this team already going into Saturday's event. It's already not looking good for them. Then on the other side, you've got a bunch of con artists. Let's be honest here. Um, the biggest one being Logan Paul. So I think with the stunt that we saw them pull on Logan Paul on Monday when they just left him in the ring to get obliterated, I think that was a distraction to be like, oh yeah, we got this in the bag. They're not on the same page. When I think that was the plan all along. That's my theory. I'm really hoping I'm wrong. What's your take on this one, Joe?
Well, here's the thing, okay? On one side of the ball, you have two guys who, for the better part of a year and a half, went to war and beat the hell out of each other for a title.
Yeah,
That being Cody and Roman.
exactly. It's already not looking
Then,
good.
then let's go back to the last time that Roman had a match against Seth Rollins, was getting his ass handed to him by Rollins, Breaker, and Reed. And the Usos came out after Roman explicitly told them, I got to do this on my own. I've got to do this on my own.
Yeah,
And then Roman specifically told the Usos, I don't want to see y'all till after Christmas.
I remember that. Like
So,
vividly, I remember that.
so how is that going to coexist when Roman and the Usos haven't been on the same page in quite some time? And
Yeah.
then just Jimmy and Jay alone, it's been spotty with them too over the last couple months.
Like this I feel like this was thrown together as an all-star like let's be honest, this is an all-star fucking War Games match.
I mean, this is basically your top 8 male superstars because we're not even going to count Logan Paul. And I hate to say this, but we're not even counting Jimmy Uso in this because
No.
Jay's had his run. Cody's had his run. Punk's having his run right now. Roman's, had his run. And
Mhm.
then on the other side of the ball, you've got one of the hottest tag teams in professional wrestling right now in Braun
Vision.
Breaker and Bronson Reed. And then you've got two men who are just absolute juggernauts in Drew McIntyre and
Brock
Brock
Lesnar.
Lesnar. And we know how McIntyre feels about Roman Reigns. We know how he feels about Jimmy. We know how he feels about the Usos from the amount of times that they've screwed him over when the
the
bloodline was
cards
around.
the cards are stacked all odds are stacked against Team Punk.
And then, I mean, come on, what is Brock Lesnar not gonna, say yes to a steel cage fight when he can get his hands on CM Punk and Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes?
Exactly. Like that's playtime for Brock Lesnar. Let's be honest.
I mean, hell, we know damn well that Heyman didn't even have to beg Brock. Brock probably came to Paul and was like, "I want in."
Yeah, that. I'm not. This match is it. I have a feeling it's going to be unhinged, and there's this is going to be there will be blood.
And then let's not forget. Let's go back to last year's War Games when Bronson Reed winded up breaking, I think it was his toe, and was out of action for like 3 months.
Broke his toe.
So,
I remember that shit.
I mean, are we going to have another? Are we going to have another? And then it was the same with, I think it was either Jimmy or Jay, one of them two. They winded up getting injured and were out for like 3 to 4 months.
There's going to be a lot of injuries and a lot of hiatuses I feel that are going to come out of this match.
Yeah,
And I don't think Punk is going to be in the clear.
no, this is going to be a very
Violent.
chaotic.
A
It's going to
very
be a very chaotic, violent, entertaining match.
Yeah, this is one where I'm going to have my eyes glued to the TV.
And you're lucky because you get to watch it live. I have to wait
Oh,
until I get off of work to watch it Sunday morning.
dude, I promise you I will not spoil anything for you.
Dude, you better not, or I'm going to be pissed.
No, you know me. I am a firm like I am firmly against spoiling things for people.
But yeah, I hate
I
to
like to
say it.
be a bit I like to be cryptic sometimes, but I don't outright spoil things for people.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but I don't see Team Punk winning this match. I would love for them
No,
to win it, but I just don't see it.
I I think I would be shocked if they won.
Because let's be honest, how well is Roman going to be able to coexist with, say, CM Punk, or how well is he going to be able to coexist with Cody Rhodes?
Let's let me quote Roman real quick. He The only reason he is doing this is because his hatred for them is greater for his hatred for the opponents is greater than his hatred for his teammates. He hates them more than he hates his teammates.
I mean, let's
That's
let's 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 go back to last year's.
I don't think that's going to be enough for them to be on the same page.
I don't know, because let's go back to last year's Elimination Chamber when we initially thought that Roman and Punk weren't going to be able to coexist, and they actually coexisted rather well.
They sure did.
So it's just all going to depend on who is able to leave their egos outside of the cage.
Exactly.
You
And there's
know,
going to be a lot of ego with both teams combined in this ring.
I mean, to be honest with you, I think the it factor in this match is going to be Logan.
I
I think he's going
really
to be the wild card in this match.
Elaborate on that.
Out of all of these guys, Logan has the biggest ego out of all of them. We know what to expect from Brock. We know what to
Yes.
expect from Drew McIntyre. We know what we're going to get out of Bronson Reed and Broad Breaker.
Yeah.
But we really haven't seen enough of Logan to really understand what we're going to get out of him. Yes, he's highly entertaining, but
Beg to differ.
of course you will. Uh, but we haven't seen him inside of a structure like War Games.
Yeah, no, we've never this is his first War Games match. That's another thing. How well is he going to do inside the double ringed cage? This will be interesting. Yeah,
That's
no,
why I said
as
that's why I
much
said he's going to be the it factor.
as much as I would love to see Team Punk win this one, like I said, I can agree at 1000% with you on this. I think that Team Heyman is gonna take this one home. Okay, so for the women's, War Games match, we have, let's be honest, this is gonna be Team AJ Lee, Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss, Rhea Ripley, and Io Sky. This is let's this is Team AJ. If Punk is essentially the leader of his team, AJ has to be the leader of this team.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Versus Becky Lynch, the Kabuki Warriors, Nia Jax, and Lash Legend. I, for one, am extremely excited for this one for a few reasons. You've got a few of my favorite wrestlers on one side, AJ Lee, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea Ripley, all on one team. That is some darkness right there. These three, I would have loved to see them like work together outside of this prior to War Games, but I am perfectly content with them working inside the War Games cage together for the first time. I am excited to see how well they're going to do. Um where Becky, the way she was talking shit on Monday about, oh, like, getting inside the War Games cage with me, it the way AJ came back and said, "N the being locked inside the War Games cage with me, I'm going to let the old AJ Lee out and let her do whatever she wants with you." That has me extremely excited. That's the dark, sadistic AJ Lee we all know and love, and was the main reason everyone was so excited when she came back. On the opposite side of things, I don't know how well they all of them are going to be on the same page, considering Nia Jax and Becky Lynch have a history. If I remember correctly, this it was during the storming the other brands era of Survivor Series, where when SmackDown invaded Raw, Becky got her face all bloodied by Nia Jax. Broke her nose
And
even.
got the broken nose, yeah.
Broken nose, yeah, no, that's I don't know how well that team is going to do. It seems like the only iffy the only doubt I have on Team AJ is Charlotte and Rhea being in the ring together. Are they gonna be able to coexist? I know Rhea might be able to. My concern is Charlotte because she was very like she decided she was gonna bow out of this match just because Rhea was a part of it, and now all of a sudden they seem to be on the same page. I am going to be on high alert for when it comes to Charlotte because I know her past, I know what she's been like, I know how she works. I was extremely hesitant on even being rooting for her at any point in my life. Like, I at one point in time, I never thought I would see the day that I would be rooting for Charlotte Flair until she formed a tag team with Alexa Bliss. But I think this one that's gonna be my only concern is Charlotte. I'm gonna be on high alert when it comes to her, and I don't know how well the other team is gonna do. Joe, what's your take on this match?
Well, I mean, let's look at it this way. You've got two powerhouses in Lash Legend and Nia Jax. Now,
Yes.
rewind to the Royal Rumble this year.
Okay, so back to February.
They were actually hinting at a storyline between Nia Jax and Lash Legend to see who was like the ultimate powerhouse.
Okay, yeah, so this would make a lot of sense then.
Now, if my memory is correct, this is going to be Lash Legend's first War Games match.
Okay, awesome. Good to know.
So, how good is she going to do? Right?
Right, exactly. With how much of a powerhouse she is, I feel like she is going to be now forgive me if I am out of line making this comparison because I'm not familiar with Lash Legend's work. You being the NXT watcher of the two of us, you know of her work more than I. I feel like she's going to be the Brock Lesnar of this match.
No,
No?
no. I, I would I would say that I would say that Nia is more of the Brock Lesnar of the match. I would say Nia would be more of like the Roman Reigns of the match.
Okay.
And I say that because Lash Legend never really got used properly down in NXT.
Okay.
She spent 90% of her time in NXT in a tag team.
Gotcha. Okay.
Um, she's just now starting her quote unquote solo career.
Okay.
So, but here's the thing. Becky doesn't play well with anybody. Neither does Nia
No.
Jax.
No. Definitely
The
not.
Kabuki Warriors, they look out for themselves and they could give two flying craps about anybody else.
Yeah. That's
So
gonna be their downfall.
if Team Becky expects to win, then they are going to need to leave all of their egos outside of the cage
Yeah.
and coexist because that's going to be the only way that they're going to win. Because, as you stated, Nia Jax and Becky have a history, and we know how quickly Nia and Becky can both lose their tempers.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yep.
I am not too worried at all about Charlotte and Rhea Ripley being able to coexist. I think with the relationship between Charlotte Alexa and Rhea. I think Alexa is going to be that
Happy medium.
glue that holds that together.
Yeah, okay. That makes a lot more sense. If Alexa trusts Rhea, then Charlotte should have no reason not to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we've already seen Alexa kind of go to bat for Rhea and say, if I can trust her, then you should be able to trust her.
Exactly.
So, um, and then of course, to add fuel to the fire, we've already got a bit of a storyline for AJ and Becky. So,
That's gonna be interesting. Oh, I cannot wait to see how unhinged AJ is gonna be in this War Games match. This is her first War Games match too.
yeah.
This'll be interesting.
But I'm going to give
Uh,
it to Team AJ Lee.
yeah, same here. I'm gonna give it to Team AJ as well. Next match that we have on the card would be for the Intercontinental Championship. Uh, John Cena being the champion versus Dominic Mysterio. I, you know, I honestly think that John Cena is gonna take this one again. I don't think Dominic is gonna be a match for him. I think John Cena is going to embarrass Dominic Mysterio in his hometown, and he's going to take that IC championship to his final match in Washington, DC at Saturday night's main event. And he's going to lose that match to whoever is his final opponent, whoever they decide on for his final opponent.
I don't know, man. I wouldn't count out the Judgment Day because it seems like every match that Dominic has had lately for the titles, JD or Finn Balor get involved.
True, but you also got to know Cena's got friends too, so they could beat them to the punch. They know that the Judgment Day is going to come to Dominic's aid. So you'd think with how sadistic John can be and has been in the past, more recent, might I add, is going to plan ahead and potentially have his crew beat them to the punch and stop them from even going out there in the first place,
Yeah.
making this a fair match. That's my theory anyways. I could
Yeah.
be
I mean,
wrong. The Judgment Day could be the one could be the ones one upping John's friends. But then again, I could be contradicting myself in that statement because yeah, we know who John's friends are, but we don't know who John's gonna call upon for help, but we know well and good who Dominic is gonna be protected by.
well, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's going to be an interesting matchup, and I would love to see John win. What I wouldn't look forward to though is, you know, him getting his backside, you know, him getting his ass whooped because here's the thing. Logically, the most logical choice for John's last opponent, it's going to be Gunter, right?
Yeah, I think
So
that's who it's gonna end up being.
exactly. So we're going to have Gunter back on top as the Intercontinental title or as the
Yeah.
Intercontinental champion. So
I think that's how that's gonna play out. John Cena's gonna win this one, and he's gonna lose to Gunther in his final match on December 13th.
yeah. So
That's our prediction, and you heard it first here, folks. The final match that we have on the card is the Women's World Championship match, between champion Stephanie Vaquer versus WWE Hall of Famer Nikki Bella. I feel like everyone wanted to see this match, but didn't know how it would happen. Like, I feel like the way Nikki turned on Stephanie, the way she did and when she did, was they haven't built enough on this match. I don't think this match is going to live up to everyone's standards, at least in my opinion. But I think this is a match that everyone has wanted to see. What's your opinion on this one?
I mean, if I'm being honest, you know, Nikki needs to just go sit down and stop trying to be relevant.
Yeah. She
I mean,
did say that this is her last run. So
yeah,
if she does win, at least she can say she held the women's world title.
true.
I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think Stephanie Vaquer is gonna retain.
Yeah, I don't see Nikki winning this match.
The only
Um,
way I could see Nikki winning this match, and I'll bring this up here just a second because I saw a news article. I didn't read it. I just saw the headline, but apparently Brie Bella has has her return has been teased, and I think that is the only way Nikki wins this match is if her sister Brie gets involved
yeah,
in a surprise return. I think that's the only way she wins.
I think the only championship that I would be okay with Nikki winning would be the tag team championships if Brie came back.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Nikki needs to go sit down and stop trying to stay relevant.
Yeah. I completely agree. Um,
I mean, realistically, what else does Nikki have to prove? She's already a Hall of Famer.
exactly my point. Yeah, no,
So
she just
what else is there for her to prove?
exactly. Like the only reason I can think that this match even is even on the card is it's something that Stephanie Vaquer wanted. That is the only
Exactly.
that is the only logical reason I can think that this match is on the card. Otherwise, I don't even think this would have even been a thought.
Exactly.
Like, this is a dream match for Stephanie Vaquer.
Or maybe Nikki, or maybe, you know, Nikki brought up the idea and Stephanie was like, yeah, let's do it. I mean, you never know.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is there's nothing left for Nikki to prove. She's
No.
already done everything that she needs to do to prove how much of a badass she is.
Exactly.
And let's be honest, the few matches that Nikki has had since coming back they have been mediocre at best.
Yeah. I'm not expecting a whole lot out of this match, but I will be genuinely surprised if if this match is more chaotic than I anticipated. Do we have any final thoughts
Uh,
on the show?
Stephanie Valkyrie for the win.
Yeah, I think that I can agree with you on that. And like I said earlier, the only way Nikki's coming out with the win is if her sister Brie gets involved with a surprise return. But otherwise, I'm giving the win to the win and retention to Stephanie Vaquer.
Yep.
All right. Well, that closes things up for our predictions. Let's mosey on over to our actual event. All right, here we are at the main event of the premium live event for Survivor Series War Game. The first match that we have on the card was the women's War Games match. We had Team Rhea versus Team Asuka. Um, Imma just come out and say it, like, this, hands down was match of the night, dude.
Yeah, it was.
Like, this match, like, with the amount of stuff that was going on in this match was ridiculous. We had after Charlotte and Asuka started the match, Io comes in, knee knees Asuka in the face with a garbage can lid in the corner of the ring. Like, that's she came down to the ring with that garbage can lid. That shit was nuts.
With her name on it, by the way.
Right, exactly. And after a few minutes goes by, Becky Lynch joins the match and then immediately tries to be like all nicey nice with Charlotte. I'm like, you're not the same people that you're not, you two are not the same individuals that you were a decade ago.
Well, let's clarify why Becky was trying to be all nicey nicey. Becky decided to come down with the kendo stick, which Charlotte took from Becky. So that's
Uh-huh.
why Becky was trying to be all nicey nicey.
Yeah. Like that's uh it just immediately gave me like you're trying to like make up for all of the shit that you did to each other over the last decade. No. I'm like that was like that was really fucking cringe. You have more of a fresh mind on this than I. Were there anything was there anything else that happened after uh Becky came to the ring that you noticed?
Not really.
Okay. So we get Alexa Bliss coming in next. Like Alexa Bliss grabs Becky off of Charlotte and delivers a slap across the face. That shit was like that was I heard that. That the slap was like that was nuts.
I mean, we're starting to see a little bit of Sister Abigail's starting to come out of Alexa more and more.
Oh, I know. I truly hope that at some point she does have some interactions or that their storylines intertwine at least. I really hope that that a storyline is in development to include Alexa Bliss in a storyline with the Wyatt Six. Not necessarily her joining the Wyatt Six because the Wyatt Six, it's right as it stands right now, is complete with Bray Wyatt being the sixth member. The spirit of Bray Wyatt being the sixth member. Um, then Kyrie comes in.
Yeah, I Kyrie looked extremely, extremely uncomfortable inside that ring.
He did.
Like she did not look like her usual self.
No, not by a not by a long shot. And then after Kyrie enters the match, we have AJ Lee coming down to the ring to join the match. And this made me laugh. Becky tried holding the cage door shut,
Yeah.
preventing her from getting but then she ultimately like climbed over instead, which she was gonna get in the ring either way. But what I was waiting for was AJ was climbing on the cage door. I was waiting for Becky to open the cage door while AJ was on the door, but it never happened,
Yeah. Yeah.
thankfully. Like that, because that's something I could see Becky Lynch doing.
Well, yeah, of course.
Anything to incapacitate AJ Lee, and then once Becky once AJ's in the ring, Becky looks like she had seen a ghost. Like she had shit a brick.
Oh yeah, that
Like,
was some definite like overkill play type shit. I mean,
uh,
that was just overboard with Becky's facial expression.
mhm. Oh yeah, and AJ put on a phenomenal performance.
I will say, I did not expect AJ to be as comfortable as she was inside or
Yeah,
inside
no,
War Game.
she did very well for her first War Games match, and
Yeah.
I couldn't be more
Well,
thankful for that.
for the first time that she's been inside of a steel cage. I mean, she's never,
That's
to my knowledge, I don't think she's ever been inside of a steel cage or a Hell in a Cell match.
no, I don't think she has, nor Elimination Chamber. None of
So
it.
she looked really comfortable. I wonder if Philip gave her some pointers on how to control her nerves and her emotions.
That's a very big possibility, yeah. Um, and we got Nia Jax next. Now you said you wanted you had her ring gear was
Out of
interesting.
the norm for her.
Yeah, very out of the norm for her.
Well, I mean, and so was Charlotte's ring gear. That was out of the norm for Charlotte.
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, that was like the fact that she had her ring gear directly like referencing paintings
Um,
from a 7-year-old child.
right.
That's I think we at this point, yeah, we've got a baby face Charlotte
There,
because I've
I mean,
never seen her do anything like that before.
no, no. I've never seen Charlotte. go out of her way and have ring gear inspired by a member of the WWE universe, let alone a child.
Right, exactly. But then we have the final person come down to the ring. Rhea Ripley joins the match, and Imma say this real quick. I know Rhea Ripley is a huge fan of Art the Clown, and the fact that her ring gear and the mask that she wore was inspired by Art the Clown is badass. Before I go on, any further, I since we're on the topic of Rhea Ripley and Art the Clown, it has been, not directly confirmed, but indirectly been confirmed that Rhea Ripley will be starring in Terrifier 4 whenever that comes out.
Okay.
Um, yeah, no, this she did she had some pretty big moments in this match too. Wait, no, that wasn't the final she wasn't the final person. She was the final person for for her team.
Yeah.
And we got Lash Legend joining the match, officially starting the War Games match. And she immediately goes and shows off how dominant she is. Like, holy fuck. I think I remember correct if I remember correctly before we did when we did our predictions, uh I had said that I think Lash Legend is going to be the Brock Lesnar of this match. Uh, I think that she was, at least in my opinion.
No, she definitely was the Brock Lesnar of the match. I mean, I've been watching Lash Legend for years on NXT, and that girl is by far one of the roughest, toughest, meanest, strongest women in the company right now. I mean, her work ethic is unreal, and they've discussed it multiple times during her tenured in NXT of how hard she works and how much of an effort she puts into honing her craft.
Yeah. The way she threw everyone around like a goddamn rag doll was nuts. Insane.
Now that she's on SmackDown, I would love to see her go after Jade for the women's championship.
Ooh. Bet you I'll bet you that Lash Legend wins we'll talk about that a little later. Put that in our back pocket. Um, Team Rhea did end up winning by way of tap out by Becky Lynch, uh, tapping from the Black Widow submission hold once again. And it l from if what I can remember, you correct me if I'm wrong, but what I remember seeing when Becky was tapping to this submission hold, uh, that all of her teammates were just standing there watching her tap.
All of AJ's teammates, yeah, because all of Becky's got laid out.
Yeah, they sure did.
Right before AJ locked in the submission, they took the rest of Becky's team out, and then Becky tried to run for the hills, got caught, got thrown into the other side of the ring.
Yep.
You know, caught a couple finisher moves, and then AJ wrapped her up in the Black Widow.
Mm. Poetic justice.
Yeah, right.
Hell yeah. Next match we have on the card was the John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental title. Honestly, I don't think this match, yes, it was probably pre I don't know. I don't know how I felt about it. It felt like it was put together in a rush.
I mean, honestly, dude, it just seemed like it just seemed like they're trying to get John one last pay per view or one last major pay per view match.
Yeah.
I mean, because you know we're what less than 2 weeks away from his final Saturday night main event
Which we will be
match.
covering, by the way. Yeah, we because it is John Cena's last match, we will we will be covering that. Um, let's see. Personally, I we talked about this earlier. Like I personally would have liked to see Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio in San Diego, their hometown. That's the match that should have happened, but I understand why they did this. I personally think instead of accepting the challenge like John does, he already faced Dominic once in his retirement tour. Give it to somebody else.
Right.
I did not want anything to do with this match.
No,
Like,
this
give it to somebody else. Like, I personally would have liked to see John Cena versus Roman Reigns.
or
That but then again, Roman was in the War Games match for the men.
I'm gonna tell you who I would have rather have saw.
Okay.
I would have rather it have been John versus Sheamus. And here's why.
Yes.
Here's why. The only championship that eluded John Cena is the exact same championship that has eluded Sheamus his entire career.
Oh,
That
see,
being
that would
the
have been
Intercontinental
perfect.
Champion.
And then he would have dropped the title to Sheamus. That would have made so much more sense.
And let's just be honest here. John and Sheamus have more of a history than
They do.
John and Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah. Like, I don't even know why Dirty Dom's name was even thrown in the mix. I don't even know why his name was brought up in the John Cena The Last Time Is Now tour.
I don't know, maybe John knowing Dominic as long as he had,
Yeah, that's
or as
fair.
long as he has. I mean, John was around back in, 2004, 2005 era when Ray and Eddie were having their quote unquote feud over who had custody of Dominic.
I remember going back and rewatching that pay-per-view. My old boss, Jimmy, had told me about that match. I'm like, "What pay-per-view was that at? What year?" He's like, "Oh, this one at this pay-per-view, on this year." I'm like, "Oh, cool. I'm gonna go back and watch that." So I did, and man, that match was nuts. Um, let's see. Then you had freaking Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez come out with Dominic Mysterio, interfering with the match when the ref is got his back turned. Like the fact that he faked an injury and then the ref was like calling it out.
Oh, the ref
The
was
ref got
pissed.
so the oh, I know the ref was so pissed. Like the ref got so distracted by that that he was ignorant to the fact that John Cena was being attacked by Raquel and Roxanne.
Oh yeah, he was pissed. Like
Oh
I
my
don't
god, dude.
I don't think I've seen a ref lose his cool the way this guy did since Mike
No.
Chioda.
Oh, really?
I mean,
Okay.
Mike Chioda was notoriously known for losing his temper in the ring.
Okay.
But yeah,
So,
this like I understand that Dominic is extremely popular right now. I understand that he's on a major heel run right now and everybody's loving it. But like if you can't win a match on your own without having the help of your faction, what the fuck are you even doing?
exactly.
I mean, the fact
I
that
could
he
beat
needed
Dominic Mysterio.
right. I mean, the fact that he needed JD McDonough, Finn Balor, Roxanne, and Raquel, he needed all four of them to win the match. I mean, come on.
And then you got Liv Morgan come down to the ring as with a surprise, not necessarily a surprise. It'd been talked about for weeks that she was coming back. Um, but the fact that Liv Morgan had a hand in Dominic's win,
Right.
the look
But
that John had on his face when Liv Morgan jumped up into his arms like that, he was I saw something online earlier today, and it was a side by side picture of John Cena having that look on his face and his wife in the crowd, him who he's looking at face palming.
I don't know, man. I this was one of those matches where I honestly feel like it was a time waste or a waste of time.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
So
Oh, breaking news. This just dropped. Um, ESPN is reportedly unhappy with the current WWE deal.
oh really?
Yeah, we can talk about that a little bit more in the next section. Uh Obviously Dominic wins and gets he's a two-time intercontinental champion at this point. Next match we have on the card is what Nikki Bella versus Stephanie Vaquer for the Women's World Champion. Again, Nikki Bella just needs to step aside.
She needs to go sit her ass down and stop trying to be relevant. If she wants
She's
to come back and help these girls, move up in their careers and push them to their best, fine, great, I'm all for it. But like seriously, she had her time. She built her career. She's in the Hall of Fame. Like and she's still
she's
trying to be
established.
greedy.
she's established and she's trying to yeah.
She's trying to be greedy. She's like, "Oh, I want more. I want more." No, go sit down, or you want to come in as an advisor, or you want to come in as a trainer and help these girls. Fine, great. I'm all for it, but stop trying to take the spotlight.
Yeah, exactly. You don't see AJ Lee trying to go after a championship.
I think eventually she will, but like Nikki's been back what 4 6 months, and she's already trying to put herself in, and she's already put herself in contention for a title match
Yeah, no, it's
that she did not earn, by the way.
exactly. It's her status that's the problem. Because she's a Hall of Famer, she just demands what she Hall of
I
Famer
mean,
gets what they want.
right. You don't see Lita coming back demanding a title shot. You don't see Trish coming back demanding a title shot. You
Oh,
know, like you don't see any of these other Hall of Famers coming back, demanding title shots. So it's like, go sit down somewhere, you know, go play with your new boyfriend or whatever, you know, just stop.
yeah, it's getting out of hand. I'm all for someone coming back, but going after a title, CM Punk gets a gets a pass on that because he's still relevant and has been for the last decade.
Well, yeah, he's just been in he's been in another promotion,
Yeah.
you know.
The 2 okay, so I wanna hear your thoughts on the 2 devil's kisses that we got
Hey,
from this
I'm
match.
all for I
On
am
the
all
announce desk,
for
though
yeah, that was too much. I mean, they've changed those desks so they're not, you know, wood anymore, so they're a little bit more sturdier,
Yeah,
you know. But I'm never gonna pass up seeing the Devil's Kiss.
fair enough. Alright,
So
La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer did end up retaining her title, and rightfully so. Nikki doesn't need to win. Then we got the last and final match on the card, the men's War Games match, Team Punk versus The Vision. CM Punk and Braun Breaker started out the match. CM Punk actually put up a damn good fight against Braun Breaker to start out. Like, gave him a good run for his money.
yeah, for maybe like the first 2.5 to 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And then Broad was like, "Yeah, I'm done with this shit. I'm just gonna beat the hell out of this guy for the next 2 minutes."
Yeah. And because the Vision had the win for
The advantage.
the advantage, Drew McIntyre comes in and Punk is just these two have history too. Like these two are history like his, I say historically like it was a while ago. No. It's they they don't like each other. And it was hard seeing Punk get beat up like that, knowing that, actually, yeah, knowing
I'm
that it was only gonna be it was gonna be a good at least 5 minutes before another teammate could come in and back him up.
Yeah. I'm genuinely curious as to how Paul Heyman managed to find a loophole to get McIntyre approved for this match, seeing as how McIntyre is technically on suspension from WWE.
He's on suspension from SmackDown. The Vision is on Raw. There's your loophole.
Okay.
Yeah. Nick Aldis was not happy about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be either. But I mean, if technically he was only suspended from Raw or from SmackDown, then, you know, I guess Heyman was in the right to, to go out and get him.
Yeah. Now we have Cody Rhodes joining the match. Not long after Cody came to the ring, somehow CM Punk got busted open. At that point, I'm like, we'll see how this plays out. And then you got Cody going around like attacking everybody, and then he gets spooked by CM Punk and he accidentally elbows him.
Dude, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that was an accident at all.
Really?
I do not. And here's
I'll ask you to elaborate in the next segment.
okay.
Okay. And then we got the fucking poster boy for Prime. Logan Paul joins the match. Honestly, I lost a lot of interest in this match after seeing the whole debacle between Cody and Punk. So I don't have much memory of what happened after Logan came in.
Yeah.
Jimmy Uso joins the match. Bronson Reed joins the match. Jay joins the match. Then comes in Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar like decimates everybody, and that leads to Roman coming into the match, which elevates his entrance to God level. Like these two have not Brock and Roman haven't been in the same ring together for quite some time. The last match those two had against each other, if I correct me if I'm wrong, but it was when Roman beat Brock Lesnar at the WrestleMania main event at the winner takes all match. When Roman's true championship reign started.
Yeah, I want to say they've been in Royal Rumbles, but I don't know if they've been in the ring at the same time.
Right.
So, can we just acknowledge the fact that Brock Lesnar can do whatever the fuck he wants, whatever the fuck he wants, and break any rule he wants to break? Because shouldn't the match have ended once he left the cage?
Yeah.
So it's like, how is it that
Wait,
they
no.
say
No. Because the match hadn't officially started until Roman was till everyone was in the cage.
huh? Okay.
Because the match doesn't officially start until all 5 members of each team are in the ring.
Okay. Well, in that case, Brock must have an iron jaw or something because he took 3 Superman punches and then ate him like it was his morning breakfast and F5'd Roman through the announce table.
Dude, Brock, but let's just establish this right now. Brock Lesnar is not human. Okay? Like there that has to be the explanation.
I don't know, man. That was nuts.
And we have this hooded figure climb up the side of the cage. Now there's a lot of different like people that the WWE universe is speculating that it could be. I've heard Dean Ambrose, I've heard uh Austin Theory, I've heard Seth Rollins, but Seth Rollins wouldn't be medically cleared because he just had shoulder surgery. He wouldn't be able to do anything like that, let alone climb the side of a cage.
Right?
But a lot of the sources that I'm seeing are saying that it's Austin Theory. The one source that I came across that had theorized Dean Ambrose was I forget where I saw it. I think it was I think it was some I think I saw something about it on TikTok. But Michael Cole had mentioned like moments before this person climbed into the ring, uh Michael Cole had mentioned Shield debuting at Survivor Series in 2013. And the Shield having history with CM Punk, with Roman being already in this match, Seth being out of the match, and Dean Ambrose just not anywhere like the fact that it was mentioned like moments before, I think that's where the speculation is coming from. But I think what people were paying attention and why so many people are speculating that it's Austin Theory is there's a lot of different like screenshots online that are specifically focused on the back of this person. A lot of people are speculating because of the build of the back, they are speculating that it is Austin Theory, and the dump truck kinda gave it away too.
Alrighty then.
Uh, the, it's no surprise that the Vision wins this one,
No.
giving the arsenal that they brought to this war. Secret weapon being Brock Lesnar. This match was all over the place, and I had a hard time keeping up with everything. Do you have any closing thoughts on this final on the main event?
Uh Paul opened up the checkbook on this one. He went out and got 5 guys who, regardless of the fact that they have massive egos, they've all had an issue with one or multiple people on the other side of the ring.
Yeah.
So they were able to come together for a common cause, and that's, I think, the reason that's why they won.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Um, I couldn't agree more. I think that is a perfect uh spot to transition over to our what we want to see next. Let's go. All right. So I'm going to ask you to elaborate real quick on the. I want you to expand on the why you didn't think Cody elbowing CM Punk was an accident.
Okay, here's why I don't here's why I think it wasn't an accident. Cody was the fourth guy to come in the ring,
Yeah,
right?
correct.
Drew McIntyre and Braun Breaker were in front of him. He could see them. So
Oh,
obviously there was nobody else behind him except Punk.
okay, that makes sense. Yep, that does. Okay,
Now, what does Punk have that Cody wants?
the title. He wants the world championship. But wait, isn't Cody the WWE champion?
You're right, he was. But still, the bottom line is there was only four guys in the ring. Cody,
Yeah.
Punk, McIntyre, and Breaker. McIntyre and Breaker were in front of Cody. They weren't behind him. The only person that was behind Cody was Punk.
Okay, yeah. Now that you say that does make sense. Okay. Now,
So, I mean, the refs don't even get in the ring until all 10 people are in the ring. So, there wasn't a ref behind them.
no, because the
I
ref
mean,
doesn't
come
get
on.
in the ring until all 10 people are in the ring.
Exactly. So, if there was only four competitors in the ring and two of them were in front of him, and the two that were in front of him were not on his team, come on.
Yeah. Now, I want to take a moment to take I want to take a moment of silence and put on that the 10 bell
Oh, the 10 bell salute.
the 10 bell salute for the recently departed Larry the dog. Uh CM Punk and AJ Lee's dog. That dog got a lot of love.
Oh, yeah.
We'll take a moment of silence for Larry. You will be missed, Larry. You have a lot of fans, and I know your biggest fan is sitting at home right now or somewhere. Um, but I know that with Mike Rotunda recently passing as well, Bo Dallas is not prop that the Wyatt Six are, or at least to my knowledge, because I don't have any way to watch SmackDown at this present moment. The Wyatt Six haven't been anywhere near SmackDown for a while now.
Wait, so did Mike Rotunda pass?
I believe so.
Because I haven't heard anything about it since I heard that he went on hospice.
Oh, let's just
And
scrap
there's
that.
been
Let's just
no,
scrap that whole bit then.
yeah, there's been
Scrap
no
that whole
update
bit.
since a month ago when he went on hospice.
Okay, scrap that whole bit. Well, I personally would like to see a storyline with Alexa Bliss intertwining with the Wyatt Six. I know I said that earlier, but I wanted to elaborate on that a little bit more. I think um what I think it would be really cool is if Charlotte and Alexa Bliss stay a tag team for a little bit longer, but have the Wyatt Six uh like come in and try to interfere with one of their matches, more specifically Nikki Cross, because at one point or another, Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross were a tag team.
Yeah.
And I think that no, okay, intertwining at first, but then eventually down the line, ultimately it ends with Alexa Bliss joining the Wyatt Six, and here's how I think that that would play out. They would uh interfere with any of Charlotte and Alexa's matches, slowly reminding her of the darkness that she's capable of, forcing her to turn on Charlotte, ultimately joining the Wyatt Six. I would love to see that.
Uh, nah. I'm gonna disagree with you on that one. I
Okay.
don't think Alexa needs any reminding as far as her dark demonic side because we see it from time to time pop up, right?
That's fair.
Um, I love the fact that we're actually getting to see a babyface Charlotte for the first time.
Yeah.
And so honestly, I would be perfectly fine with them staying as a tag team for quite some time. And here's
Okay.
also why I say no to Alexa joining the Wyatts. Nikki Cross is doing one hell of a job right now as Sister Abigail.
Okay.
So if Alexa gets pulled back into the whole Wyatt Six storyline, where does that leave Nikki?
Here's my defense on that. Jason Baker, the creator of the Fiend mask, re- replicates, not necessarily replicates, but creates a she Fiend mask for Alexa Bliss, giving her another persona. I would love to see that.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue with you on that point. I think that would be I think that would definitely be badass.
Hell yeah.
Um,
I'd have to
but
get that mask too.
right, uh, leave Alexa alone for a while. Let her have her fun. Let her have her little, you know, let her have her fun because right now she's at the top of her game. She's the best that she's been in, quite some time.
Yeah. She's really doing a hell of a job.
So I say leave Alexa alone for the time being. Now I wouldn't be opposed to it, 6, 7, 8 months down the road, but let her have her fun. Let them let Charlotte have her fun. Let Alexa have her fun. Like let these girls have their fun. Let these girls have their tag team because honestly, everybody's here for it.
Yeah.
You know, and if WWE management thought that the whole Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria team up and then break up 48 hours later was a shit show, if they break up Alexa and Charlotte way too early, it's going to be that much more worse.
Yeah.
Like,
See, I
leave these girls alone. Let them do their thing.
now that you mention the whole Lyra Valkyria, I really like the work that she's doing with Bailey.
Yeah, yeah.
Even though like Bailey every once in a while seems like she's wishy-washy. I think
I
we're on the brinks of seeing either something really dark coming out of Bailey or something more or the return of the hugger, which
Uh,
we've already seen bits and pieces of. And
yeah.
the one thing that the one thing that she doesn't have back yet is the Bailey buddies.
Um, it is my non-professional opinion because I am not a professional psychiatrist. So I'm going to say unprofessional or my non-professional opinion. Bailey's got some serious bipolar schizo issues going on right now.
I think we're about to see something very dark come from Bailey, and if that is the case, I am here for it.
Like I love Bailey. I don't care if she's a heel or if she's a face. I love Bailey because she can make it work.
Yeah,
It
she
might take
absolutely
her
can.
it might take her a month, it might take her 2 months, but she's gonna make it work and she's gonna get the crowd behind her.
Yeah.
And how many heels can actually say that they can get the crowd genuinely 100% behind them?
Not a lot.
Exactly. And honestly, I think a heel Bailey would do so much for Lyra's career because Lyra needs to learn how to hone that heel part of her character because since Lyra's come into the company, we've only ever seen the happy go lucky Lyra Valkyrie. We've never seen her dark demonic side.
No. So, with ESPN ESPN, I'm gonna just okay. So on the latest episode of the Wrestling with Freddie podcast, former WWE creative team member Freddie Prince Jr. reveals that based on someone he's spoken to at Disney, with uh, Disney ESPN is very unhappy with their current WWE deal. He said, and I quote, "ESPN, by the way, uh, by the way, so unhappy with the deal." Freddie Prinze Jr. said, "I was talking to a friend of mine who works for Disney, and he was just like, yo, they better make their money back on this deal." He just said they're hot. So ESPN is not fucking happy with WWE right now. And do you have any thoughts on that?
I heard basically you said that Freddie, whatever Perez Jr., whatever the guy's name is, said that
Freddie
he
Prinze
spoke to
Jr.
somebody and that they were unhappy with the current deal or the current
Yeah,
product.
the so I'll read the quote again. The quote is, by the way, oh wait, no, oh, is it no, ESPN, by the way, so unhappy with the deal. I was talking with a friend of mine who works for Disney, and he was just like, yo, they better make their money back on this deal. They're hot.
Aha.
They are not happy with WWE right now. So 5-year deal. I I'm gonna predict that ESPN pulls out of the deal before the 5 years is up. I think they're gonna get fed up and say, "Fuck you guys. Find a place.
Well, I
Find
mean,
find someplace else."
is it more the fact that they're unhappy with the product right now, or is it more the fact that because they're charging so much, they're not making as much as they thought they were going to make?
I think that's what they meant by they better make their money back on this deal. Not a lot of people boycotted ESPN and WWE because of the price hike.
Right.
29.99 a month is a hard ask for a lot of people.
Especially when people could barely afford to pay, you know, I mean, when it was on Peacock, you were looking at $12.99 for Peacock plus an additional $5 for WWE.
Yeah.
You know,
See, that was manageable. If they had just kept the deal with Peacock, they would have been perfect. They would have been fine. I understand wanting to be behind a caliber company as ESPN. You are sports entertainment. Yes, but you are not sports games. That's what people go to ESPN to watch.
I don't even think this has anything to do with Hunter or WWE though.
No,
I think this has everything to do with TKO.
yeah, yeah, I get that too. TKO is eh, they're doing is they're running WWE into the ground
Yeah, I'm just hoping that Hunter can wake up and realize, like, hey, these guys are not beneficial for us. Like, these guys are not going to do us any sort of favors whatsoever.
I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon.
I don't think so either.
Personally, I the only thing that keeps me coming back are the storylines. That's it.
And even those are becoming mediocre at best.
Because you know why? I saw a TikTok video about this earlier, and WWE is prioritizing the matches over stories.
But again, I don't think it has anything to do right now with Hunter and WWE. I think everything has to do with TKO.
Because everything has to be run up the chain before it can make it to TV.
Exactly.
And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson thinks a lot like Vince McMahon, I've noticed.
Well,
And I
so does
think
Hunter.
he does.
The difference between I'm going to say this, and quite frankly, I don't care how controversial it may sound.
Okay.
Hunter has stayed true to the company,
Yeah.
while Dwayne The Rock Johnson has gone out and found more fame and money than he knows what to do with, and has now forgotten about the principles of the business and
Yeah.
focuses more on how much money can I fucking make.
That's why I compared him to Vince. Because that's all Vince was ever about was the money.
But Vince also knew how to run a multi-billion-dollar company and make it to the point where people wanted to turn in every single week. People wanted to spend their money to come to live events. People wanted to spend money on merchandise and shit like that because they were actually invested into what Vince was doing.
Mhm. Lost touch after a while, though.
Yeah, towards, the end of his, run with the company, but I mean, come on. Vince did a hell of a job running the company as long as he did because he took stock in the fans. He listened to the pops and the cheers and the boos and the, okay, this is going to work. This isn't going to work. We need to tweak this. Throw this out the fucking window. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. Any final thoughts?
Uh do better on prioritizing main events or just PLEs, because it seems like the last couple of them have had matches in there that one were just thrown together last minute, or there just wasn't enough pop behind it.
Yeah, I can agree with that. If I had any closing statements, I'd have to say that they just need to start doing better with the storylines.
Yeah.
All right, let's mosey on over to Chewy's Guess the Wrestler. All right, everybody, here we are. Uh, why don't you go first, Joe? Who do you got for me? Male or female?
Male.
Male. Currently active.
No.
Dead or alive?
Alive.
Alive. When they were they active in WWE?
No.
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 AEW?
Nope.
TNA?
Nope.
Oh yeah, you made this extremely difficult then.
I'm taking you old school, man. I'm taking you back to WWF days.
Okay. Active in the 90s?
Not really, no.
Dude. I might as well throw in the white I might as well throw up the white flag now. Who is it? I have no idea.
Bob Backlund.
Bob Backlund?
Yep.
All right.
You have no idea who I'm talking about.
No, sure do not.
He was notorious. He was notorious for the chicken wing submission.
I've seen clips of that. Didn't Hulk Hogan use that at one point?
I'm pretty sure he did.
Okay. All right.
Male or female?
Male.
Currently active?
Kinda. Not an in-ring competitor though.
Okay. Commentator?
Yes.
Okay. WWE?
Yes.
Oh. This question is, I need a very specific answer on this question.
Okay.
Is he a commentator for PLEs, like the kickoff shows? Or is he a commentator for the main shows?
1 second. He commentates for one of the main shows.
Okay. Is it Raw or SmackDown?
SmackDown.
So that would be Corey Graves.
Correct.
Come on, man. You got to do a little bit better than that, man.
Okay.
You do realize
here's why I picked Corey Graves. I like him as a heel commentator. I like the fact that he had a in-ring career at one point and would love to see him return to in-ring competition. But he also had a podcast at one point that I want to shout out real quick that you can still find. It's called After the Bell.
the only reason why I said you had to do better at that was for the simple fact that there's only 4 inactive wrestlers that are currently commentating.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
You have Big E. You have Big E who does the PLE kickoff shows and the post shows. You have Booker T over on NXT, and then you have Wade Barrett and Corey Graves.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
you made that too easy.
You really did, man.
All right.
You really did make that a little too easy.
I just really like Corey Graves.
Hey, I got no problem with Corey Graves, especially when, especially when he gets like really on his high horse and just wants to lay into, Michael Cole or lay into Pat McAfee or lay into a wrestler that he just does not like for one reason or another.
I love it.
So
I want to thank Oversoul for editing this podcast. You can hear him on our main show, The Overcast, on the same podcast feed, or you can find him on YouTube at Oversoul Gaming, where you can also find the visual version of this show. Thank you to PodServe FM for hosting us, and to Epidemic Sound for the music, and to you, the audience, because podcasts don't work without people listening to them. So thank you for listening. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.